The stories that we're fed, what I think is very interesting, the role of media, right? And because you are in media, and I think you probably have a lot to say about that. Because
Absolutely.
I watched the news, for example, today, and like there's a part of me that says, don't watch the news. But then there's another part of me that says, well, I'd like to be informed.
Yeah.
But the information that I'm getting, I think, is really tainted. So where do I find this? Because we are never told, very rarely, of all these incredible, healed stories, et cetera, and potentials. It's all about fear mongering.
It is.
So I want to hear what you have to say about that. And what is, I believe we're at a choice point for humanity right now. And I believe you do too. So what do we do? And what's the answer?
There's so much here. I watch the news with a filter, and I actually get to practice some of my intuition while I'm watching the news. Because you can see and hear the fear. It's even actually more prevalent these days than ever because the news is so sensationalized. It's theatrical. It's amazing. There is a boulder coming down your way. It's like, so it's designed to grab you, to hook you, so that you're walking by and you stop and you watch, and the adrenaline spikes and the dopamine spikes, and it is a full-on addiction to watch. It's designed that way so that then you stay there for the advertisers. And if you look at that neutrally and you say, oh gosh, there's such destiny in that person's journey. Wow, there's such an agenda there. That's so interesting. COVID was a perfect experience of this. And I will take you all back to that moment. And it was March 13th. I remember it was a very difficult day where the world shut down. And one thing after the next closed and shut down, and all travel stopped. And it was just a hard stop. But it was also a hard reset for humanity, if you really look into it, because there was so much fear being given to us on the ticker, the death ticker, and the constant reporting of the unknown, invisible death threats that we had out there, which was COVID. And we had such loss. There was an experience of such loss. But then I remember this one day, and I think it was Easter Sunday, and Andrea Bocelli was singing Amazing Grace on the steps of the Il Duomo. And they had video in this
I watched that.
YouTube. Did you? It was absolutely stunning. They had this video that was playing and capturing all of the real-time cameras around the world. And they showed pictures of the Champs-Élysées empty, and the steps of the Vatican empty, and the beaches of California empty, and the freeways of Los Angeles empty. And you saw the pause of humanity. And if you look in a little more and you expand a little more into that, we've never had this real reset. Like, you can do a hard reset of humanity at that point. And many people lost an enormous amount, but they also started choosing what they wanted going forward, choosing how the workforce looks, choosing how they wanted to be in charge of their health going forward, choosing maybe a relationship in a different way, or maybe choosing your family life in a different way. And we're still in this rebuilding of all of this. But if you
we're
really
still
look
in
at
it.
it,
That's important to say.
very much so still in it, because I think humanity hasn't recognized that hard reset choice point that we experienced, because there was so much fear being fed to us. And if we look at this as, wait, well, what choices have I really made since this in the last 3 years that have improved the quality of my life? And what choices am I still stuck in the past that I'm repeating, maybe that victim story or that difficult story? And how can you take charge of your life and move forward? And yep, things might still be broken, or maybe it was the best thing that ever happened to you and you changed things for the better. Just take a look and reassess the choice point that you're at in life, and maybe take some power back from that moment and see how you'd like to move going forwards. I know a lot of people took a lot of control of their health.
Okay, if you like this podcast and you want to see more, just click over here and you'll get to see more clips from this interview. If you just want to listen, well, if you click there, you'll listen to the entire interview, available to you on any one of your favorite podcast channels.